All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. That's the brother Barbazal here with a lesson, and Lord willing is edifying. All right, and today's lesson will be entitled, The Times That We've Been Hasting For Are Here. All right, going into of course, we're in a heavy time, going through prophecy, right? We're seeing World War III, coming about, all right? Tensions continue to rise in the Middle East, right? Iran coming with that, that strong spirit, pretty much not letting up, right? And you got the U.S. and the small hats, going at it with them. And it's going to come to the point where you're going to see these other different superpowers step in as well, right? And along with that, as if this war continues to be prolonged, we can very well see the economy crash, all right, and things of that nature, right? Which we understand that the economy crash will be huge as well, because we understand that Esau, he wants to bring in that make everything digital. Right? So, we're seeing privacy unfold, which everything becoming, digital leads to the MOTB, the implementation of the mark of the beast, which we know is the RFID seal. So these are the times that we've been hasting for, the times that we've been preaching about, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We're getting ready to come into heavy times, heavy judgment, the climax of Jacob's trouble, World War III, right? The implementation of the MOTB, we getting ready to see all these things come to pass, and these are the times that we hasten for, excited of, and, we got to stay right with the Lord, right? Also got the Passover coming up, and we understand, the Passover is huge. Every time the Passover comes, it's huge when it comes to prophecy, So let's read Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am approved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it kind. And that's what the prophets are currently doing. Reading the scriptures, breaking down the scriptures, looking at the world events, right? And, filtering it through, the prophecy, that's prophesied about in the scriptures, right? And, we can clearly see, everything is plain, and the elect, this is something that they'll listen to and take heed and fully understand, and everything will make sense. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And we're seeing that speak right now, man. All these different things going on, hell breaking loose all over the world. This is the time that the scriptures is going on in about, man. So we getting ready to see our Lord, return. So we got to make sure that we ready. You see, Habakkuk 2:3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah. And the scriptures go into that, peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So you got to be ready right now, man. If the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai ain't dealing with you, you're going to get caught up in that judgment. If you're not taking heed to the times that we're in, if you're an Israelite, right? If you're not repenting to the Lord, you're going to get caught up in that destruction. Verse 4, it says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And we going to come into the time where, Isaiah 33:6 come to pass, which, we're kind of in those times already, right? But, because people are kind of in, you got certain people that's in panic, not sure of what to do, things of that nature. All right. But, only the elect is going to understand what to do. And the elect will, live by that faith that they built up with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. So this is the book of 2 Peter 3:12. It says, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, going into the thermonuclear destruction that's going to take place. That's going to take place in the land of Israel, all right, and Babylon the Great mainly. You see? It says, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So there you go. Verse 13 again, it says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we looking for a righteousness, everything being in order. Esau to come out of power, the wicked to come out of power. Because, currently the state of the world, how everything is, that's a result of, a wicked ruler ruling. You see? Everything being polluted, the worshiping of all these different false idols, right? The current state of the world. This is all because a wicked man is in power, man. Well, the Lord is going to be coming back and taking this man out of power and establishing the kingdom, the righteous rulership. And that's what we look forward to. We don't look forward to continuing a life in this kingdom, man. Building communities and things of that nature. No. We understand the times that we're in, and we firmly believe that the Lord is going to come very, very soon within our lifetime. This may be the last Passover. That's how brothers is looking at it. So we got to stay in that spirit of hastening the Lord's coming, because we are clearly in those times, man. There's a book of 2 Ezra 6 and 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the verse and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And the current ruler of this world, according to prophecy, are the Edomites. All right. So that just goes to show you that, we at the end. And we're also seeing the prophecies, the signs of the Lord's coming, right? Matthew 24th chapter. We're going to read a little bit of that. But that just goes to show you, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, meaning Jacob is about to come into rulership and take Esau out of power. You see? So let's get that real quick. This is the book of Matthew 24 and 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples saying unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? So we clearly in those times, man. All right? Brothers getting ready to get persecuted. People getting ready to be put in these different FEMA camps. All right? Esau's coming with that great wrath. So, we got to be prepared. Spiritually prepared, because that's really the only way you can prepare for these times. Right? Being a servant of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? Prayer, fasting, pushing this word, all right? Being a servant of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and truth and sincerity. These are the times that we are living in, man. All right? But, that'll do with the lesson, and Lord willing, that was edifying. So with that, I'd like to give all the honor and praise and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Ra Chakwadash.